Hey, thanks for checking out The Solid Verbal. Now would be a great time to subscribe to the channel for college football content all off season long.
Will the NCAA video game add to your enjoyment of the sport? He also asks here, parenthetically, if we're pro gamers. We are certainly not pro gamers, Joe. Okay, let's just get that out there. But I thought this was an interesting question. Everybody's very excited about the video game. Many of us grew up with the video game through college or even before college. It was a big part of what we did with friends, of how we thought of college football. The lens through which we evaluated the sport was the video game.
Mm-hmm.
It's been gone for like a decade. It's coming back reportedly, per our friend Matt Brown, next year in time for next season. So not 23, but 24. A lot going on in 24, as we highlighted on the episode we did on Tuesday. But, you know, we've also gotten a lot older now.
True.
You're a father of two. You're about to go into your fifth decade of life, Dan.
It's a ways off, but yeah.
The NCAA video game, I think, will probably hit differently. I think everybody is excited about it in some regard, like to see it back, but it definitely is going to hit differently for many folks who were really into it the first time around. So where is the video game at for you? Is it something that you think will add enjoyment to you, or enjoyment of the sport for you?
I wonder if people have aged out of it because it's been gone for so long.
Yeah.
And people are excited because it's been so long without the game. But I also wonder, what could they add technologically, engine-wise, in the 8-9 years since it's been gone, to make people say, well, I have to get this just because it always used to get better every year, and maybe it still will. But I also wonder if a chunk of people, and I include myself in this, and I speak for myself in this, like, have I partially aged out of having the time to play a college football video game a lot? Probably. And so I'm very excited to get the game. I just don't know how often I'm actually going to play the game.
Right.
And so that to me is interesting, that a lot of us of a certain age in, late 20s, 30s, 40s, we're in high school and college playing this game, and the game is tied to a lot of social memories with our friends playing this game. And then maybe after school, playing in dynasty modes or playing online and having fun with it that way. Again, speaking for myself here, I just wonder, because it hasn't been a habit in the way that it used to, getting the new version of the game every year and seeing the updates and uniforms and whatever, that I think there's excitement that it will exist. I just don't know how much realistic excitement over continued playing I have.
Yeah.
And so that's an interest. I don't know how I'm going to feel once it comes out, but that's what's on my mind with it.
I think we're in agreement that having the game is better than not having the game.
Sure.
So from that standpoint, it's good for college football. It's great exposure. It's a good way to get a new segment of the population interested in college football, which is ultimately a good thing, not just for you and I, but for the sport, right? So,
but you used to play Madden. Do you still play Madden?
I don't, and I'm glad you brought that up, because here's where I'm going to go with this. That not only has the game been gone for a decade, but the games that have been made over the last decade, especially Madden, has also changed a great deal. You can do a lot more with it. It's a lot more complicated than it used to be. And I still play my PS5. I still go into a new football season every year wanting to play Madden.
Yeah.
And wanting to get good at it. And at least 2 of the last 3 years, I've downloaded it and have started playing it. And what always hits me in the face is this is a serious time commitment.
Yeah.
It is a serious time commitment in a way the old NCAA video game was not. You could waste a lot of time. I did waste a lot of time in lieu of classes playing the old NCAA, where's the game? 14 video game, which is somewhere behind me here in the backdrop. Right. I spent a lot of time playing that thing. And
do you know any Madden players? People who are still like not even serious, just like consistently casual Madden players.
Guys with kids whose kids now play it. But
okay, that are old enough to play, but like themselves play.
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
Not a whole lot. And my fear is that if they're going to make the college football video game in the same vein as Madden, which they used to always do, if it's going to be so complicated, you're going to have a whole swath of the college football loving public that is going to get their PS5 or whatever, and they're going to get this game, and they're going to sidle up next to their TV to play it, and they're going to be like, well, what the hell is this?
Yes. Yeah.
What the hell is this? It's a full-time, Madden right now is like a full-time job. It is like a full-time job if you really want to get good and build your team up, and it's like a full-time job. And
have you ever watched any of those Madden videos, those like pro Madden players?
It's impossible because they hot route everything. Everything's an audible. They've found a way to kind of game every play to get maximum pressure on the quarterback. There's no way without a note card you could remember all the instructions before you snap the ball. Maybe I'm showing my age here.
I'm not even talking about gameplay, Ty. There's something that they all have in common, and it's that they're all like between 19 and 24, right?
Right. Well, yeah. Smash the like button to follow me on YouTube. Like,
right.
All the videos are the same. And I just found that the game is so complex now that for as much as I want to play it and want to be into it, I fear that if they do the same thing with the college football video game, it's going to have a negative effect. So I'm excited to see what they do, and I will get it too. We will play it. I'm sure it'll be part of what we do in some way, shape, or form. It has to be.
Right.
But man, I am a little bit worried about what happens when that hits and how people of our generation who played the previous version receive it.
I'm legit excited for college kids to have
NCAA
absolutely. Or whatever they're calling it, college football 25, 24 in their lives, because it should be a great experience for people in college and in their 20s, teenagers, whatever. I'm just worried that, people with a mortgage, people with kids, people with dogs, people that just are in their basements podcasting.
Heyo.
Might not necessarily have the time they once did to devote to the greatness that can be playing that game. We'll see. See, the thing is, you and I should just make it part of our jobs, right? We should just play it during the day and stream it against each other, right?
I plan on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we will do something with it, but
right.
And maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong about this, people can comment and you can chastise me, but it's really complicated. I love the FIFA video game. I play that one religiously. It's the only one I have time for because that's a time sink as well.
Right.
The Madden game is so much more complicated, in my opinion. I almost find it hard to enjoy.
Yeah, it's how many 43-year-olds listening right now are saying, I have had an extra hour 45 in my day that I've liked to fill with. I don't know. Maybe there are.
Very complicated. It's very complicated. All right.